You are listening to Power Marketing with Kevin Lee. Here's Kevin.
There are a lot of folks who may not be thinking about context because they're thinking about old school context, right? And they're thinking, well, my ad format that I'm putting all my energy behind, isn't just an animated GIF or an HTML5 banner. It's video, and so they may be missing opportunities to grab onto the contextual signal within to have the ad delivered in the same native format that the content is. I think that's a huge opportunity that really isn't talked about that much within the ecosystem yet.
Right. No, I think the deployment of the contextual signal is going to take a while to normalize to the, whatever the 80-20 of use cases winds up being, right? So contextual right now is in this tremendous period of attach rate growth. And that's going to continue through the rest of this year. And I believe all the way through the end of next year. Once that attach rate hits that, I don't know what the mark is, 65, 70% or something like that. Then I think you'll start to understand better what the normalized use cases will be and how matching is going to wind up occurring from an advertising perspective. It's interesting when we look at we've had explosive growth in our customer base over the last 90 days, right? And I think everybody in the contextual space would likely say pretty much the same thing. And as we start to step away from that first spurt of growth, and we take a look at the brands and the type of partner companies who use our signal to better inform what it is that they sell. When we take a look at those companies from an attribute perspective, they all tend to be higher considered purchase: automotive, insurance, finance, B2B routers and things like that. And those, I believe, pharma, and those, I believe, are the first categories that are feeling the initial pinch of third-party data not being available to them in the quantity and quality that it was before. But we think probably, the beginning to the middle of next year, even companies like consumer packaged good companies that don't have a robust understanding of their customer are going to need to start to try, their own version of what contextual marketing winds up being. And we're very much looking forward to, starting to work with those categories. Our big categories right now are auto, financial services, pharmaceutical. On the partner side, most of our partners are B2B partners, right? And if you think about those categories generally, those are people that are really thirsty for knowledge about who it is that they're addressing, right? They either have laws that they have to adhere to, or they lead targets that they have to adhere to, and they tend to be the early adopters. And we're starting to see a lot of action from them over the past. I mean, it's it's so hard right now because of the collapsed time frame that we're in this year. Over the past 30 to 45 days, we've had more broad-based consumer products come forward and say, "Hey, we need to learn more about context. We want to try it for this. We want to try it for that." So I think there'll be categories that will have what their ultimate contextual deployment is figured out sooner than other categories. And I think that'll probably mean there are some platforms that are further along the learning curve than other platforms.
Kevin Lee's Power Marketing is available on all your favorite podcast networks. Kevin loves helping businesses excel at marketing. Having marketing challenges? Just like Santa in The Miracle on 34th Street, if Kevin can't help you, he'll know someone who can. Find him on LinkedIn, subscribe, or follow.